A gritty but critical win for the Bengals. Mike Petraglia inside Paycor Stadium following a 23-10 Bengals win over the Cleveland Browns. The Bengals finally find a way to solve Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, and Nick Chubb and the now 5-8 Cleveland Browns. This was a dangerous game for the Bengals simply because of the way the game unfolded. The Bengals were banged up to start this game. T. Higgins tweaked his hamstring in warmups. He wasn't supposed to play. This was following the release of inactives at 11:30. So T. Higgins wasn't supposed to play. Zach Taylor, after the game, said he snuck his way onto the field for one snap until the team discovered that and put him on the sideline for the rest of the game. Zach Taylor saying T. Higgins wanted to play in this game badly, but the Bengals were not about to risk it, especially with a hamstring injury. Zach Taylor saying after the game, after the victory, that T. Higgins, this was not the same injury that he sustained in practice on Thursday and held him out limited on Thursday and Friday, but rather that he was cleared to go, pretty much full go, until he tweaked his hamstring in warmups. The team had a special meeting with Brian Callahan and Dan Pitcher at high noon right before the game, an hour before the game, and had to come up with an idea of what to do on third down, and that's where Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine came in big. They were big factors in this game. Samaje Perine with the second touchdown of the game for the Bengals. He went inside, then bounced out to the right, untouched for a 6-yard touchdown run. That made it 13-3 in the second quarter. But the first touchdown of the game was the one a lot of Bengals fans here inside Paycor on Sunday will remember. Joe Burrow fired an absolute seed on first down, first and goal, right into the stomach of Jamar Chase. There was almost no window. It was even tighter window, if you can imagine, than the third down game-clinching throw to T. Higgins against the Kansas City Chiefs. This one, early in the second quarter, gave the Bengals a 7-0 lead. Jamar Chase saying after the game, it had to be perfect because it hit me in the stomach and I had no chance to move whatsoever. And that's how I knew it was a perfect Joe Burrow ball. Jamar Chase on the day, he had 10 catches, 119 yards, and that one touchdown reception. He did it all, Zach Taylor said. He ran multiple routes, multiple responsibilities with T. Higgins out. And oh yeah, by the way, Tyler Boyd injured a finger on his right hand on the second offensive snap of the game. He did not play the rest of the game. Zach Taylor saying after the game that they are still waiting for a fuller report, a more definitive report on what that injury to Tyler Boyd might be. But think about it. Bengals win this game without T. Higgins, without Tyler Boyd, and they are going up against a team that has given them defensive fits. But Joe Burrow did not turn the ball over, at least not until the fourth quarter when another tipped pass was picked off in this game. But anyway, Joe Burrow had an effective day here on Sunday afternoon, throwing not only that touchdown pass to Jamar Chase, but maybe the most critical touchdown of this 5-game streak. It was a flea flicker to Trenton Irwin on a handoff to Joe Mixon. Mixon ran it into the line of scrimmage, tossed it back to Joe Burrow, who fired an absolute strike to Trenton Irwin, running the post route, a 45-yard touchdown that at the time put the Bengals up 20-3. The Browns made it 20-10 on a touchdown pass from Deshaun Watson. But again, Watson was not very effective in this game. The Bengals pretty much able to hold him under wraps and hold him without a big play. The touchdown pass to David Njoku was of 13 yards, made it 20-10. Bengals added a 30-yard field goal from Evan McPherson, and that counted for the final score. Bengals had a terrific defensive stand in the fourth quarter with the Browns facing fourth and goal. It was a deflection batted away out of the end zone on fourth down, and the Bengals also came up with another fourth down stop later in the fourth quarter. So the Bengals were able to put this game away, and Joe Burrow after the game said, with me not playing at my best for the first quarter, and indeed he only started out 4 for 12 and 27 yards, the defense picked me up until I was able to get on my game and get the offense flowing. Joe Mixon, first came back from a 2-game absence due to concussion protocol. He had 14 carries, 96 yards, almost got to the 100-yard mark. And again, with Samaje Perine doing just enough to counterbalance and throw in some off-speed and change up personnel in that running back formation for the Bengals. The Bengals had their 1-2 running back punch back here on Sunday, and they'll need it going down the stretch. Of course, next up, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next Sunday in Tampa Bay. After that, their final road game of the regular season in Foxborough against the Patriots. Then it's their next home game, a Monday nighter against the Buffalo Bills, and they wrap up on January 8th against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens and Bengals still tied atop the AFC North. The final here inside Paycor Stadium. The Bengals 23 and the Browns 10. Follow all of my coverage on Twitter at Trags, Trags. Of course, on clnsmedia.com. And as always, click and subscribe at the link below on my Jungle Roar podcast YouTube page. Want to hear all of your comments about Sunday's game, good, bad, and ugly. Again, the final 23-10 Bengals inside Paycor Stadium. Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.